Vision is priceless. Don't lose it to what we can avoid. Act early, care smart, and save your sight. Good afternoon, dear listener. Welcome to Eyes on the Road. Of course, this is your go-to show for expert eye health insights. This show is proudly brought to you by Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. It's April, so I want to say, first of all, Happy New Month to you, my dear listener. Yes, it's the first edition of the show for the month. And we're kicking off a new focus, yes, on the show today. Last month, it was all about glaucoma, eye pressure. Well, we're shifting focus. And today, we're talking about something you can avoid. Okay, so we're talking avoidable blindness. A bit of statistics. The World Health Organization says 80% of blindness in Nigeria doesn't have to happen, meaning it could have been avoided. Most vision loss can be stopped with the right eye care. So do me one favor, just stay tuned as we unpack this eye-opening topic. Yes, pun intended. Of course, if you're still wondering, my name is Akan Usen. Of course, trust that as the show progresses, we'll be giving you healthy and eye-opening helpings of traffic feeds. But, a bit of a throwback. I spoke about the fact that last month it was all about glaucoma and, eye pressure and all that. And we're shifting focus. We'll be covering types, causes. We'll be talking a lot. We'll be talking a lot on how you can have better eyesight. You know, how to make smarter choices. But of course, I'm not an expert. I'm just an associate, as Dr. Priscilla refers to me. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's allow the experts on the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Priscilla Imade, a regular optometrist, yes, from Modern Eye Care Foundation in Omole, Lagos. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you very much, Akan. Happy afternoon. It's a sunny afternoon and...
Sunny, yes, sunny.
There's no stress today. There's no traffic to make people cry.
Oh my God, yesterday.
I know my producer was crying yesterday.
Yesterday was
but
all
today
shades.
is good, yeah.
Even from this side, I was feeling the heat. You know, when people talk to you, you feel...
Of course.
No. But
it wasn't funny at all.
Yeah, but how was it for you
No,
today?
for me, it was fine. I just drove in straight and it was cool.
Okay.
Happy afternoon to all my listeners and happy new month.
Yeah, happy new month.
Akan, like play. This year, don't they go?
Like play.
We are now on the 4th month of the year, the second quarter of the year.
So, doctor, let's start off with this statistic. Now, 80%.
Yes.
How can we turn this around? Let's just dive in from that angle.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I always say on this program, I'm your advocate for the eradication of avoidable blindness in Nigeria. Let me just give you a brief history before we talk about that percentage. You see, I said earlier, before now on this program, that, you know, I veered into this work or this creation of awareness about the eyes, you know, out of passion. It was actually that 80% statistics I saw as a student, as an undergraduate in the University of Benin. In the 90s, I left Unibe 1999, and it was coincidentally when I was entering the school, they brought out the statistics in 1990, and they said that 80% of the causes of blindness in developing countries could be prevented, and Nigeria is always chief anyway among the developing countries. And you know, by 1999, when I was leaving UDB, they brought out the World Health Organization and the International Agency for the Prevention of Avoidable Blindness, brought out another statistics again. I said this time around, they are going to eliminate avoidable blindness in developing countries. And then they brought out a program called Vision 2020, My Right to Sight. I'm sure some of us are familiar with that tagline, Vision 2020, the right to sight. Well, for me, I took up that program and I read through the script and I was angry, I was infuriated. I said, what? If you saw the things they wrote there, they said number one, why people are going needlessly blind in Nigeria because of poverty. Number two, lack of awareness, lack of healthcare facilities, government policies, political wahala in Nigeria, and quite a myriad of them. So, you know, as a young optometrist, I looked through that list and I said, I may not be able to solve the one of poverty. I also may not be able to solve the one of political wahala. I may not be able to tell, because you know the allocation of government to health is very small. I may not be able to solve that one, but the one I can solve from my own corner, from my own space, that of creating awareness. I know I could do that. And actually that resonated also with my faith as a Christian. The Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge. So I was able to pick that. And then that of providing, healthcare facility, for people who want to test their eyes. I said, okay, that's fine. I can also provide, facility. So my mission is just simple. Is to preserve, to protect, and to prevent vision loss through education, early detection, and then expert care. I believe no one should lose their sight unnecessarily, and I'm committed to making quality eye care accessible to all. So for over 2 decades, I've been doing this. And in my facility, for example, we have provided, vision care to thousands of Nigerians. And to the glory of God, a lot of sites have really been saved and lives have been changed. So back to that 80%. That 80% actually was just the turning point for me. I just feel that people should not needlessly go blind when I can do something.
When it can be avoided.
When it can be avoided. And since that time, I've actually taken it upon myself as a ministry, as a mission to create awareness. And I started with my family. I said, this one, creating awareness, me, I can do this. My family, I'll tell them, go and check your eyes. Even students in school, those days, I will tell them. In my church, I started. My environment, estate people, neighbors, anybody that know me, they will know that me, I will tell them. I look at their eyes. Have you checked your eyes? Your eyes, go and check your eyes. And one thing about eye problems is that, you see, if you detect problems early, the prognosis always come out better.
You said that.
And the risk of blindness can actually be postponed or pushed further when early detection, early treatment, and early management is instituted, especially for a disease like glaucoma.
I remember you made emphasis, or you even gave an example of a lady abroad who she was diagnosed early and till now she can't see.
Yes, there are people in this Nigeria. There's a glaucoma association. I think they have one in Lut. I think they also have a lawsuit or something. There are people in that group over 20 years. There are people I have seen managing glaucoma seamlessly well. They just stick to their regimen and they can see. You see, the problem, like we said, that 80% is avoidable. People do not present early to the eye clinic. They wait until the problem is advanced, until the eye is almost gone. In fact, there are some patients that will come to my clinic and I'll ask them, where have you been? And they say, I tried the Yasikira. I tried something online. I thought I could, and they gave you all sorts of reasons.
Fear?
Yes, there is also fear. Some people also have this fear that when they come to the eye clinic,
you tell them something.
Yes, and that's why in this my book I have many stories. My book on glaucoma, the silent thief of sight. I have stories, my patient stories, my personal story, my family stories are there for people to learn from. So, what is avoidable blindness? These are pure English word, avoidable. That's something you can prevent. Something that that is within your power to just avoid. To just avoid or to just prevent. So
something you are able to avoid. That's avoidable.
Hey, now I can. Hey. So avoidable blindness refers to vision loss that could have been prevented or treated if detected early. So there are 2 keywords that it can be prevented, or when the problem is there, is detected early, and because you detected it early, you are able to intervene, and so blindness or the risk of blindness is pushed further away. And like you said, the World Health Organization and the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness actually said that 80% of blindness in Nigeria, as in all developing countries, can be prevented. Yet millions remain blind due to lack of awareness and access to care. There are different types of blindness. So, today is just introduction. This month of April, we're actually going to delve into this topic of avoidable blindness. So, all my listeners, you people, take your paper, take your biro, just be writing. Because after this month, nobody should needlessly go blind. Okay.
All right.
So types of blindness.
Yeah, before I talk about types of blindness, talking about the listeners, let's just
they can call
inform
in.
them. Yes, you can call in, give your own 2 cents. So if you have anything you want to say or contribute on the program, or perhaps you want to talk about anything that has to do with the eyes. Yes, we're talking about how to avoid blindness, avoidable blindness. 091 538 77127. That's the phone line. Call that line, it will get through. 091 538 77127. You can also send a WhatsApp message 080 991 20777. Now, a quick traffic update. So we have contraflow of traffic on Ozumba Mbadiwe from Akin Adeshola intersection, connecting Law School intersection on Route Lekki, and the reason for this is to decongest the Falomo Bridge. I understand it's already really clogged up. Also, there was an earlier reported accident at Yanoba second U-turn in Wazigondo. I spoke about that. That has been moved off the road, so if you're heading in that direction, you have nothing to worry about. Back to you, Doctor.
Okay, let's quickly look at types of blindness.
Types of blindness.
We have blindness that can be prevented. We say call it preventable blindness. Example of this type of blindness is maybe things that happen in childhood. Like some children, they have attacks of measles, and as a result of that, their eyes are affected, they become blind. Some due to vitamin A deficiency, or even infectious, other infectious diseases too, can also make their vision to become blurry or become blind.
Okay.
Now, for children, if they are immunized, you know, the risk is greatly reduced, and in fact, infectious diseases need not kill any under 5 child or result in blindness anymore if the mothers just do the right thing. Okay. And then as in vitamin A deficiency too. So if only we can just do this, it can help. For the adults, some adults are just deliberately blinding their own eyes because of their lifestyle. Some people, they can smoke for Africa. And as a result of that, they develop maybe sometimes cornea problems or cataracts, or so many other problems too that can lead to blindness. Some people too, their eating habits. They eat and eat into sickness. They eat into awareness. They eat into obesity. You have not seen. I can. Obesity is the root cause of many diseases that we have today, and many of them, they are affecting, you know, the eyes. If I had a patient that told me he's diabetic, and he said, and they are telling me don't eat this, don't eat that. Say when he did not have money, he couldn't afford those. Now that he has money, they are not telling him that he has diabetes. You should not eat this, you should not eat that. That for him, let the doctor just be saying his own. He's going to eat as much as he can eat. After all, something must kill man.
I wish him all the best.
He has forgotten that there is diabetic cataract. Diabetes can also increase the risk of glaucoma. So this can be prevented. And some people too, they are the kind of work they do, they don't just protect their eyes. Some welders, they will just expose their eye to that naked flame. Over time, you are at risk.
Okay.
Some people work in chemical factories. Their eyes every day exposed to chemicals. They are at risk. At this youthful age, they may just be saying, fine.
What kind of
people
chemicals?
who work in paint industry, agro-allied industries. In fact, anywhere chemicals is being used to formulate anything, and your eyes are exposed over time. I had some patients, even when they retire from work, before you know it, their eyes, they become blind. Because of the exposure that they've had, you know, while in their youthful age. So these are preventable blindness. It can be prevented. Let's, as much as possible, pay attention to this and then prevent them. Some people, to under this preventable blindness, who have eye problem, they will not just bother to seek care. Delay in seeking care, you know, can now result in permanent loss of vision before they start looking for care. Also, the second set of blindness I'll talk about is the one we call treatable blindness. Some blindness can be treated. For example, if someone has cataract, if someone is blinded from cataract, you know, once the patient comes to the clinic and there's surgical removal of that cataract, and a new implant or a new lens is put there, he can start seeing again. So that is treatable. But it's not all blindness that are treatable. Like blindness from glaucoma cannot be treated, and it cannot be reversed.
A quick question: in such an instance where the person, for example, maybe had an implant, is there possibility of cataract coming back again?
It can come, yeah, because it's a lens.
Okay.
Cataract, you do when you the surgery is done, the opaque lens is removed, and then what we call intraocular lens is implanted on the eye. Over time too, it can also wear off depending on the quality of the lens. They also have their lifespan.
Oh.
Yes. So that's it. So the better one you buy, the longer it one sees. Quickly, let's look at causes of avoidable blindness in Nigeria. What are the causes? The number one cause of avoidable blindness is cataracts. Cat and rats, as somebody says. And Dr. Imade, this cataract is cataracts. Tom and Jerry. I say, hey.
That sounds like grandma.
So cataract actually is responsible for 50% and is the leading cause of treatable blindness in Nigeria. Many people who go in for surgery, many of them is cataracts. But do you know that in some places, because of lack of access to healthcare facilities, these people, they are not being able to get the kind of treatment maybe one can get in the city, or some of them too are able to come. They say they don't have the money, and quite a number of reasons. So cataract is predominant. But excuse me, in developing countries, cataract is nothing at all. You know, now the advancement in cataract surgery is so much that in 5, 7, 10 minutes the surgery is done. Yes, and then you don't even need to sleep in the hospital again. No. That same day you just go home and just follow all the rules and you are good. So there's a lot of advancement. So cataract is the number one cause of avoidable blindness, but it is treatable. Another complication I also see with this is that sometimes some people, because they leave their cataract for so long, because cataract means that the lens in the eye, the natural lens in the eye, has become opaque. Light can no longer pass through. Okay. So because light can no longer pass through, the back of the eye will now be darkened. And over time, sometimes too, in some people, not everybody, you will now discover that some other complications can start developing from that part of it. Like some people can develop macular degenerations, macular hole, retinopathies, and quite a number of problems. Even some people even start developing glaucoma in addition to the cataract. So we always advise that if someone has cataracts, please don't leave it for so long. Don't leave it. Just go and do the surgery, and then you'll be seen again. In fact, there was a patient that came, and I referred him for cataract surgery. He never knew he could see with that eye again, because he thought, the eye was gone and everything. And when I examined, I said, this thing is cataract now. He said, is it cataract? I said, yes. I said, don't worry. When you do the surgery, you see. And the surgery was done. After the ophthalmologist finished, the man was seen, and he was very happy. And came back and told me, Dr. Imade, thank you very much. I can see very well now. So some people don't even know that they can see after they have carried out the cataract surgery. Some don't even know that it's cataract that they have. So if you notice any loss of vision in any of the eyes, it's good for you to just come for eye examination. And of course, you'll be treated. The next cause of blindness or avoidable blindness is glaucoma. Okay. Glaucoma accounts for about 16% of blindness in Nigeria. Remember, cataract is 50% or even more. Glaucoma is about 16%.
Let's see if we can take this. Hello.
Good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon, Elder Tewokbade. Great to have you with us. Welcome.
I welcome my doctor back.
Elder Tewokbade, good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hope you bring something better for us.
Yes, sir. I carry avoidable blindness news come for this April.
Thank you for the job, brother. Last week I suggested something.
Okay.
Before you come now.
Okay.
I want government to put more effort, maybe through the Ministry of Education, to create more awareness, particularly about eyes. You get my point?
Yes.
So that this thing can be catch early.
Yes.
I made that suggestion last week.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you very much. That's
well done.
Powerful.
Great one.
Great suggestion. Great. I can remember that there was a time in this country where seatbelts, people didn't used to wear seatbelts.
Indeed.
But now everybody wears seatbelts, especially in Lagos.
If you take public transport, the driver will tell you, wear seatbelt.
You see? So awareness and enforcement. So I mean, just like Edatewo said, it's actually my heart desire that, government should pay more attention to the eyes. Sometimes I wonder, I say, why is it that, people pay less attention to eye health or eye care? If it's something that have to do with other things, I don't want to start mentioning, people will say, even the government said. Is it that because God just made the eyes, put it there, people don't just feel that attention should be paid to the eye? And it's this eye that we use most. The eye is the number one sex organ. Is the eye we use to behold the beauty of the world. Even do you know of any president of Nigeria that is blind? Do you know of any governor of Lagos State that is blind? So it's because the eyes are there. Without the eyes, there is a limitation to what you can do as far as this life or this earth is concerned. So please, like Edatewo have said, I plead with the government, as many people that are hearing me this afternoon that have the power, that are the corridor of power, please do something. Nobody should go blind. Nigerians should not needlessly go blind. And that is my campaign. That is my mission. I just have one mission on this station. And I thank Lagos Traffic Radio for giving me the opportunity to begin to shout it every week on the need to take care of your eyes. Even the same thing with drivers too. Do you know that there are some drivers that cannot see? And we have carried out statistics. I have carried out research in this Lagos from the 5 divisions. I have gone around all the 5 divisions, the major motor parks, screened all the drivers to find out how healthy their eyes are. We need to do something, because the better the driver is seeing, the healthier and the safer our community will be. And sometimes I just wonder, for some CEOs and some corporate organizations, they just put a driver in the car to be driving them, and they don't know, they entrust their lives in the hand of that driver without knowing whether that driver is seeing very well. Last week, I checked a driver. In fact, it was even the boss that brought the driver to the clinic. One of the eyes was completely not seeing. It's only one that was seeing. That one that was seeing. Small. He was seeing. I'm telling you. And I asked, how have you been driving? He said, madam, I drive. I see very well. I said, really?
He sees with this mind.
So I just wish we would and how much will it even cost you as the boss? Sometimes all these are bosses or CEOs, we are very stingy. How much will it cost you to check the eyes of your driver that will carry your children, carry your wife, carry everybody, and drive them all over the place? How much will it cost you to just check their eyes, at least to be sure that, this person is okay? Please, let's do the right thing. Okay, another cause of avoidable blindness, diabetic retinopathy. Diabetes is increasing in Nigeria now. Because of the food, because of our lifestyle. Diabetic retinopathy, childhood blindness, infectious diseases, and then harmful eye practices. Because of time, I just limited it to this. So the number one cause of avoidable blindness in Nigeria is cataracts, and then we have glaucoma, we have uncorrected refractive error. No time to talk about this, I can. Diabetic retinopathy, childhood diseases, infections, harmful eye practices. Well, some of the barriers that people have, complained about is the high cost of eye care, lack of awareness, limited access to eye care, cultural and gender barriers. What's the way forward? Number one, the eye cannot see itself. Please make it a point of duty. This is a new month. This month of April, promise yourself. In fact, tell yourself that your birthday gift to yourself is eye test. Just come.
Please don't wait until your birthday.
No, don't wait till your birthday, but take it that this month of April, you want to tantalize yourself. It's your birthday gift to yourself. Just come and check your eyes.
Okay, it's been a great time on the show. Dr. Priscilla has taken us to the classroom, and you and I know that vision is priceless. Now, we've been able to establish that 80% of blindness is avoidable. So please, action is the next thing you should do. Let's act. Early care and smart choices can actually save your sight. Now, if you missed any part of today's show or previous editions, you can always catch up via our social media platforms. Talking about Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, our YouTube channel, Traffic Radio 961. Just search for the keywords Eyes on the Road. Thank you very much, Dr. Priscilla Imade. We've had an amazing time on the show. Looking forward to having you on more, yes, next week, of course. Dr. Priscilla Imade, OD, MSc, PhD in Public Health, an author, yes, with how many books are now? 3 books, yes. Glaucoma, Silent Thief of Sight, Eye Care the Right Way, and
Common Eye Symptoms.
Common Eye Symptoms. 3 books. Doctor, you're becoming an accomplished author.
In fact, this avoidable blindness now, I'm going to make a book out of it.
Okay, great. Okay, so in fact, just make. Okay, so let's move ahead. So she's also a consultant optometrist at Modern Eye Care Foundation, a fellow of both the American Academy of Optometry and the Nigerian Optometrist Association. Now, if you would want more information or you want to reach out to her, you can call on her number 080-3333-6672. That is 080-3333-6672. And the address of the eye clinic is, that's Modern Eye Care Foundation, is 16 to 18 Ogunusi Road. That is opposite Omole Estate, Phase 1, by Akyode bus stop. Akyode bus stop, that's the bus stop, Ojoduberja, Lagos. So this is where we'll drop our anchor. On behalf of our team, of course, our producer, Micah Arocha, and not forgetting Danon Toby, and our executive producer, Tayo Akonli. My name is Akan Usen, wishing you all the very best and saying, keep your eyes on the road. Your safety is our priority. Lagos Traffic Radio right here saying, see you next week.